Hello, happy Monday, happy New Year. My gosh, I can't believe we're in 2022. As you can tell, it's beautiful weather here. I'm in my summer clothes. It's lovely, although I still can't get used to having Christmas and New Year in summertime. Yeah, I'd rather have it in the cold when it's snowy and all of that. But anyway, here I am. Happy 2022. Let's hope it's better than 2021 and 2020. Can't be any worse, can it? Right, anyway, on to the video, the episode, the whatever this is. I want to talk about subliminals, subliminal messaging. Now, as you all know, I get led by my intuition quite a lot. And the last few weeks, my intuition has been leading me to do research into subliminal messaging. Don't ask me why, I haven't got a clue. But I found out some really interesting stuff while I've been doing this research. So how this all stemmed is suddenly one day I was working. So I sat in the office just like I am now, and I was doing some research. I was writing a blog post and I was doing all kinds of stuff. And I clicked on a link by mistake, and the link took me to a blog post about subliminal messaging. Now, old Jane would have gone, oh well, that's a mistake, close down the link. This Jane went, oh, I have obviously been guided here for a reason. So I started to look into it. So I have a question. Does anyone use them? Have you heard of them? Do you believe in them? Do you think they work? I have lots of questions about them, lots of questions, but I am going to put them to the test, which is really the purpose of this video. I feel like I've got fluff. There we go, it's gone. Got sidetracked by fluff in my hair. So, subliminal messages are supposed to work because you listen to them, and what's supposed to happen is the messaging within the songs or the films or the adverts or whatever it is that you're doing are at such a low level that they get beyond your conscious brain and go straight into the subconscious. They're at theta level, I think, or so it's almost like if you're doing a meditation and you get below the conscious brain. That is what subliminal messages are supposed to be. They are in things, as I found out. They're in films. A lot of horror films, I have realised, have got subliminal messages in them, which kind of freaks me out totally. Don't like horror films, and I don't like the fact they're hiding messages in them either. Skyfall, apparently, for those of you that like James Bond, that's also got subliminal messages in it. Don't ask me why. I've not watched it. I just know that, it's a very popular film franchise. So it's very interesting that I found that has got a subliminal message in it. Apparently advertisers use them all the time. They will either put sound within things, or the way advertisers use them is they flash like little tiny, if you blink you miss it type scenarios into adverts that you don't realise you're reading and taking on board and going into your subconscious mind. But the way I have been using them, and the reasons I want to talk about them, is for up leveling, for manifesting, for weight loss, for all of that stuff, for things that we all want to do related to this channel. So, to cut a long story short, I have been on a weight loss journey, shall we say, my entire life. It's the bane of my life. I am one of those people. Now, I used to say, here we are with the positive speaking and they not letting my mind get in the way. I used to say things to myself on the daily, like, I only have to look at a cake and I'll put on 10 pounds. Don't say things like that to yourself, because that is telling your brain, I only have to look at a cake and I'm going to put on 10 pounds. That's not the message we want to be giving to ourselves. So instead, the messages I've been trying to give to myself is weight loss is easy. Actually, I stopped saying loss. That was another thing. I stopped saying loss. And the reason for that is because in manifestation, when you lose something, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, is it? So I started saying things like, I can't remember one of the things Manifesting weight release is easy for me. Releasing weight is obvious to everybody that sees me. I am releasing weight as easily as I breathe. I started saying things like that instead because it's just got better messaging for your brain. Anyway, that took me down the rabbit hole of subliminals for weight loss. And gosh, there are hundreds. There are hundreds of them out there. They are all over Spotify, they are all over YouTube, there are studies that have been done on them. From what I can see, the research is a little bit inconclusive. So I don't know whether this stuff works or not, but I just thought it was really, really, really interesting. And actually in this whole manifesting, getting things that you want scenario, which is what my channel is about, mindfulness, all of that stuff, it actually fits in because I'm always talking about getting beyond the conscious brain and getting into the subconscious. And so it kind of it feels like it has a place, which I think is why I've, gone down the route of trying them. So what I've been doing, I've talked about my Millionaires walk before. You all know that I go out for a 5K walk and I do my 10,000 steps every single day without fail. And it's my meditation walk, and it's where I go and I surround myself with the houses that I want to live in, and I kind of just, imagine the rich and famous lifestyle. Well, I've been incorporating a subliminal weight loss message track into that walk. Now, it does say that you can use them just as a standalone thing, but it also says to get best results, use them while you're exercising. So I thought, perfect, right? I've always got my earphones in. I'm always listening to an audiobook or a meditation or something while I'm walking. So why not chuck on one of these tracks and just, put it to the test. So I've been doing that. I only started about 3 days ago. So I've been doing that. And I'm just really interested to see what you think, whether you've heard of them and whether people have success stories with them. I'm actually, if nothing else, I'm enjoying it because the music's good. And I'm forever trying to pick out what the subliminal message is because I can't hear it. The ones that I'm doing, I can't hear at all. Now, I found a study which is up on my screen, which I'm going to read to you. It actually says what factors impact subliminal ability to work. Some of the things that they talk about is the expectation. It says that people who expect to have subliminal messages work are much more likely to see results from them. So that's good because I am all for the mindset stuff. I'm all for the subconscious stuff. So I expect this to work. So I'll keep you posted on that. Openness to change is another factor, which again, that's me. I'm up for that. I'm always up for a bit of change. I'm very open to new things, anything that I can do to help me on this journey of not just weight loss, but, mindfulness, manifestation, anything. I'm always open for that. Frequency of use, it says, is another one. It actually says that if you just listen to it once a day, as opposed to people that, chuck them on 3 or 4 times. Obviously, the more you use it, it's like anything, right? The more you use it, the more you go to the gym, the more weight you're going to lose. The more you exercise, the more you walk, the more you run, the more you're going to see. The more you lift weights, the more you're going to see your muscles tone. I guess it's just the same thing. The more you use it, the more it's got the ability to work for you. And proper usage. Now, this one says, if your subliminal is a video, you need to actually watch it to get the effect. If it's a tape, this was obviously written a long time ago. If it's music, for example, let's use that instead because I don't think we use tapes anymore, do we? If it's a tape, you need to listen to the whole tape for it to work. Now that is also subjective because I've been doing some research into that too. And a lot of the ones I've found on YouTube are like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours long. Now, honestly, you could have your earphones in your entire day while you're just going about your business and listen to a 6-hour subliminal tape. But not many of us have got that amount of time to just sit with earphones in and listen to something. We'll be interrupted, we'll have to pick up the kids, we'll have to go driving, we'll have to do our work, all of that stuff that impacts on our life. So I actually was doing a little bit of research into that, and it actually says, some of them say, it's good if you can listen to them all, but just listening to an hour is good. And my walk tends to be anything between an hour and an hour and a half. So I've just been doing it for the duration of my walk, and we'll see. So I'm not listening to an entire 8-hour audio track. I'm going to listen to it for like an hour, 90 minutes, you know, every day and see what happens. I also, though, have, when it talks about frequency of use, I've also been chucking in my earphones at night while I've been in bed, and just like, I found one on Spotify. I found an actual Subliminal weight loss album on Spotify that's literally like 40 minutes. So I've been listening to that before bed, and each track's about 4 minutes long. So been listening to that too, you know. So let's just see. I am no medical expert, and I know people have issues with this because a lot of people are scared by what's in them, because obviously you can't hear it. So they're like, what if it's trying to program my brain for something I don't want to happen? Well, I don't live in that place. I don't live in fear. As we've said before, I believe in good, and I inherently think the world is a good place. So I don't hold any fear that the messages these are giving me are bad or dark or anything other than what I'm trying to use them for. So I'm going to do this for a full 30 days, and let's see what happens at the end of it. But I would love to hear. I'll pop some links as well to the things that I'm using down below, so you can just have a look for yourself and, you know, make your own judgment as to whether you think this is good or bad or indifferent or whatever. But I actually, any of you that use them, that do them, I'd love to hear what you think. I'd love to hear what experiences you've had from this stuff, because I might start using them for my manifestations as well. I've actually found a place with my digging that you can make your own, and you can put your own subliminal messaging into songs, and so you can actually subconsciously listen to your own voice saying your own affirmations. That I love the idea of, because you could basically use it for anything and everything, and it's your voice, and your voice is always the loudest, which is what we've said before, and actually then you know exactly what message is in it, so it takes away any of the fear that it might be something you don't like. So anyway, I just thought I'd chat about that today. Yeah, I'd love to know if anyone's used them, what experience you have with them, whether you feel they work, and I'll pop on in, 30 days and let you know what I've done and how I've got on with mine. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, share, please stick around. Join my free Facebook group. There's lots of goodness goes on over there. And I will pop the links below this video as to the things that I'm using so that you can have a little look. And once again, Happy New Year. Happy 2022. Let's hope we can all travel this year, because I just want to get on a plane and go somewhere and lie on the beach for a little while and listen to my subliminal messaging. Anyway, that's it for me. I will see you next week. See you later. Bye.